Alright guys, I'm super excited. I finally got the parts made for this Puig Undertail for the MT09, and yes, I'm wearing my helmet inside. But anyway, in the last video I mentioned that I had to make custom brackets. Alright, so here's the factory bracket from Puig for this Undertail, and they didn't work with these indicators. So I did that, and it was a little bit of a process, which I'll show you now. Okay, so I just pulled the part off of the printer, cleaned off the build material, and got the indicator on. So that's a good sign. It's not a perfect fit. I'll probably have to rebuild it and make some modifications. It's a little bit tight, but the part itself I think came out pretty good. So here's the original part here, and here's the new part. New part's a little bit different, obviously, and there are some minor fitment issues. Doesn't fit perfectly snug, so I might have to rearrange some of the geometry, but generally I think it's a good start, and I think we can get this on the Puig Undertail and reuse our indicators, and I can get back on the road. So I might make some slight tweaks to this part, print another one for the other side as well. And so, like I mentioned, I did go through and make some modifications to these parts. I built the parts in Alias, and they're still a little bit clunky, but the fit is actually quite nice. And I printed them at a 40% infill, which means that the parts are more robust, right? They're not, hopefully shouldn't break off or anything like that. So let's get these, or get this thing on the bike and get back to riding, man. It's been 4 weeks, or maybe even 5 or 6 weeks of no riding. That's the longest dry spell I've had in, I don't know, 6 years. So I am pumped to get this on the bike and get back out on the road. All right, so we've got the Undertail installed. It's maybe a little bit wide with these stock indicators, but hey, that's all right. So you basically just, there's a bracket underneath here, right, that you just screw in 4 bolts. You run the wires through. I'll need to zip tie these up here, and then you plug the indicators back in. All right, pretty easy, color indicated, white and black. The only thing that I don't have installed yet is the light to illuminate the license plate, because I need to splice wires, and I don't have the tools with me here. Last thing is to put this bracket back on top, like so. All right, so I'll bolt that in a minute. Right indicator, or left indicator, right indicator, boom, and she's ready to ride. Oh, we're at the gas pump, and it's $5.60 a gallon. I see what they did there. Whew, as stupid as this sounds, even riding through traffic, well, there's not much traffic in front of me at the moment, feels amazing. Like, amazing to be back on 2 wheels. It feels like it's been even a lot longer than it has, but wow. It's been a hell of a beginning to the year, and being back on the road is exactly what I needed, man. And I feel like it is worthy of like some kind of epic voiceover. Might be ridiculous, but I'm going for it.
Riding, the fog clears from the mind, revealing big-ass mountains. The wind pressing against your chest, the never-ending sky feeding dreams of freedom. Traffic killing the vibe. We'll come back to these mountains another time.
Man, the beginning of my year has been turbulent for sure. It's got family members on the East Coast in the hospital, so I had to fly back and kind of be present for that. And yeah, man, it's just been a little bit stressful getting this year kicked off, kicking this year off the shore. So, I mean, hopefully the rest of the year kind of smooths out. Not being able to ride this whole time because I've had the tail section taken apart has been, you know, hasn't helped either. It's like, oh, I've had to find other ways to kind of stress relief. You know, in that time I created a character called Wise Cat Meow. So Wise Cat Meow is going to come in and drop some knowledge. I'll put a link in the description, but this book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now, you know, it's not for everybody, different strokes for different folks, as they say, but if you're interested in finding, I don't know, some kind of calm in your life and you're looking for methods and just ways of thinking about that, Eckhart Tolle's book is definitely a good place to start, or not even start if you're already on that journey. It's just a good place to go to find some new tools, mental tools, to deal with stress and just general happiness in your life. So give that a look if you're interested, if that's your thing. If not, fuck it. You know, whatever. But I'm looking forward this year to bringing you more content, better content, more moto vlogs, hopefully more meaningful moto vlogs, definitely more bike reviews and product reviews and just general information around motorcycles. I'd like to do at least provide my comment on new motorcycles, and maybe I'll call it bike talk or some kind of monthly or bi-weekly show where we get to talk about what's happening in the motorcycle industry. Where obviously everybody has an opinion. This is my opinion, so you know, take that with a grain of salt for whatever it's worth. But really, I'd like to, I probably will post a little bit less often this year, and try to really focus on delivering better quality content, right? Just from a storytelling perspective and maybe just visual compositions and all that type of good stuff. So really trying to level up the channel this year, provide you more value, both from an entertainment standpoint and from an information and usefulness standpoint. So it's going to be an exciting year. You know, if you're not subscribed already, do that. And we've got some heat coming. And if you are already subscribed, I appreciate you being here on the journey. Right? This is early. We are just getting started. So if you're here now, you're here from the beginning. And I appreciate you 100%. I really do.